morning, Saudi Daisy High School. This is your news. I'm Paige Ormsby.
And I'm Aubrey Oaktar.
It's senior shout-out time. Class of 2026 is required to fill out the Google form sent out to them to let staff know of their plans after high school and to be featured on SDHS social media accounts.
2026 Military Academy Day is on Saturday, April 25th at UTC. Students will have the opportunity to hear from congressmen, fleischmen, and many representatives from West Point. The Naval Academy, the Air Force Academy, the Merchant Marine Academy, the Coast Guard Academy, and ROTC programs.
It's prom season at Northside Neighborhood House. All Saudi Daisy High School students will receive a discount on all things prom at all 3 Northside Neighborhood House locations. Show proof of attendance at the checkout center to receive your discount.
Just a reminder that Good Friday will be on April 3rd, so enjoy a day off from school and happy Easter.
The demand for skilled labor is high in Tennessee and across the nation. Many of these careers are available to high school students right after graduation. Ella Ashcraft shows us some of the many jobs showcased in the Be Pro, Be Proud event that took place on her campus last week.
This is what it's all about. I mean, from our perspective, it goes back to why I ran for office. Getting young people thinking about their careers, thinking about the future of the world, the future of the economy, what it's going to look like for them to be employed, maybe to start a company. All across the county, our goal is that you get to middle school, high school, and you decide that you want to work with your hands, you want to develop a set of skills by the time you graduate from high school. Every student will have the opportunity to do that. And then the performance of Saudi Daisy High School is basically unrivaled among public high schools in the area. It's a big time to be a Trojan, and again, like I would say, take pride in the fact that if you want to go to college from Saudi Daisy High School, you can go to college anywhere. It's also a high school that's got a legacy of building the workforce of Southeast Tennessee.
2 students were killed in a school bus crash in Carroll County, Tennessee, Friday. The State Highway Patrol says multiple vehicles were involved in the crash. Officials say a total of 25 students and 5 adults were on the bus at the time of the crash. Officials say 19 people were taken to the hospital, but they have since been released. The cause of the crash is under investigation.
The information we have right now is that the school bus was en route to a field trip. There were 2 students aboard the bus that were pronounced deceased at the scene. Preliminary numbers is there was 25 students on board the bus, 5 adults. There were 2 adults in the TDOT truck and 1 in a passenger vehicle, the Chevrolet Trailblazer that I mentioned earlier.
Signal Mountain is famous for its breathtaking views and popular trails, but local authorities are issuing a stern warning today after a deadly weekend last week on the ridge. First responders were pushed to the limit this last weekend, conducting 2 major search and rescue operations. The first came in early Saturday morning. Officials say an off-duty military service member fell approximately 200 feet down a bluff. Tragically, that victim did not survive the fall. As teams were recovering from that incident, a second emergency call came in later that afternoon. A hiker sustained a severe traumatic ankle injury after a large rock fell and crushed their foot. The victim was pinned down and suffering from critical blood loss before rescuers could reach the remote location. Officials stress that these are not isolated incidents. The terrain on Signal Mountain is unforgiving and can be deadly. If you're planning a trip, experts urge you to research the area thoroughly before you leave. Check weather and terrain conditions. Carry an emergency first aid kit. Tell someone your exact route. The message is clear: explore, but explore with caution.
The war in Iran is entering its 4th week with renewed talks of ceasefire and threats of more bombings. The president posted a statement on his Truth Social Monday morning announcing more talks with Iran. However, he said if these talks don't reach an ideal and the Strait of Hormuz is not open, then Iran power plants, oil wells, and other infrastructure will be blown up. Iran says the 15-point ceasefire plan sent by the U.S. was unreasonable and excessive, and that there was no direct negotiations between the U.S. and Iran.
As I have mentioned before, the material conveyed to us under any title, such as the 15-point plan, has mainly included very ambitious, unrealistic, and illogical requests.
A meeting held in Pakistan over the weekend of regional countries hopes to lead to peace talks with Iran and the U.S. in the coming days.
Gas prices across the United States remain below $4 a gallon, but barely. According to AAA, the average U.S. gas price edged up by 1 cent on Monday to $3.99 a gallon. That's the highest it's been since 2022. The price of gas has gone up $1.01 since the fighting in Iran started on February 28th. More price increases could be on the way in coming days. Crude oil and gasoline futures were higher in trading Monday morning.
Closer to home, the price for a gallon of gas in the Chattanooga area dropped a few cents from last week to $3.55, and a gallon of diesel is over $5 a gallon right now. So how is that affecting your travel? We spoke to several students and teachers about the high prices at the pump.
I'm sick of these gas prices. I'm paying too much for gas, and it's not going to change my life at all.
Pretty ridiculous. I don't know how it's going to affect my lifestyle. It just takes all my money.
I know that gas prices have risen quite a lot throughout the war and everything going on, and I do think that it'll affect me and a lot of people as we have to spend more to get around, and driving is pretty much a basic necessity nowadays. So I think this is going to have a pretty big impact on a lot of people.
I feel like they're not quite unreasonable, but I feel like going back a couple years, they're the same price and they were still livable, but it's a little inconvenient that they're raised so much.
After more than 50 years, NASA is sending humans on a path back to the moon. It's a multi-million-dollar mission called Artemis II, and it's a critical test run before actually landing on the moon. The 10-day, roughly 600,000-mile trip is set to launch on Wednesday. The crew, comprised of 3 Americans and 1 Canadian, say they understand the importance of the mission and are ready to go.
How do we feel as the people that can call the moon the destination, a destination, not just something we're looking at? And it is our strong hope that this mission is the start of an era where every person on Earth can look at the moon and think of it as also a destination.
Just to remind everyone, this is a test flight. This is the first time we're going to try this. This is the first time we're loading humans on board. And I will tell you, the 4 of us, we are ready to go. The team is ready to go, and the vehicle is ready to go. But not for 1 second do we have an expectation that we are going. We will go when this vehicle tells us it's ready and when the team is ready to go. So we might go out to the pad and we might have to try again a few more times, and we are 100% ready for that.
Artemis II is a test flight that will circumnavigate the moon but will not land on its surface. It will, however, serve as a pathfinder mission for Artemis III, which is expected to touch down near the moon's largely unexplored South Pole, where NASA is looking to eventually build a base. The agency has also long billed the Artemis Lunar Exploration Program as a stepping stone for exploring deeper into the cosmos.
And finally, this wasn't your typical theft when a person steals money, jewelry, or other valuable possessions.
Someone in Italy stole a truck containing more than 400,000 Kit Kat bars.
The chocolate treat had a special design.
The bars were shaped like F1 cars.
The overall haul weighed more than 12 tons.
Nestle is the maker of Kit Kat bars.
The company says the truck left a production site in central Italy and was heading to distribution centers in Europe and eventually Poland.
Nestle says while this was a lot of chocolate taken, the theft will not impact Kit Kat bars' availability in stores.
Police are still looking for the truck and the person responsible for the theft.
That's all we have time for today, Saudi Daisy. I'm Paige Ormsby.
And I'm Aubrey Oaktar. Thanks for watching.